We are back at Brew Built Garage, and look, canvas top. We said in the last video vinyl. I don't know if you noticed.
Did I say vinyl?
I said vinyl and you agreed. And it does need a new vinyl top, correct?
Yes, it has a couple holes in the vinyl top. I'll be putting that up later and I'll do a video on it. Oh, that was a misunderstanding.
Yeah, but look, it's cloth. It's got holes, I guess, from being folded up and stowed away. Is that what
plus
that's
it's
from?
old. You know, this is a 45-year-old top, so it looks like it's in good shape, but truthfully, if you really pushed on this, it would probably rip.
Yeah.
Just because of age. It's not anything against, you know, the use or care of it. Well, it's old.
The replacement's exactly like this, white stitching or?
No, I don't know about the stitching being white. It is a well-made top. It's made, I can't remember the brand name right now, but when I actually do the top, I'll unbox it and you'll see everything from the beginning to the end.
It's going to look nice with the fogged up plastic window.
Clear plastics, brighter blue likely because, you know, this one was up in the sun. So it should look like, if everything goes well, it should look brand new.
You can tell a difference between those two blues.
Yeah.
I know Paul, and I know it didn't take long for him to start ordering parts. Probably found a parts car.
Huh, no, not yet.
Be on the lookout for that. I'm sure he'll find a parts car. You ordered parts, I'm sure. Am I right?
Oh, on the way home.
Yeah. See, I
didn't order them on the way home. I was making a list though in my head, and that night, last Wednesday night, I started to place my orders. Ordered a lot of the things from O'Reilly, but I got everything that I needed for the initial burst of maintenance.
Yeah. How late did you stay in here that night, just looking at the car, polishing on it, cleaning on it? What did you do that night that you brought it home?
Fred came over actually, and we hung out and drank some celebratory whiskey that Mariah had gotten me for my birthday.
Some German whiskey, maybe?
No, it was
that would be vodka. No, that's Russia.
Yeah.
I don't know my liquors. I don't drink.
I'm sure Germany makes some sort of whiskey, but I don't know about it.
Well, I say that because when he got to Z, he bought some Japanese whiskey.
I did, yeah.
So I thought it was a tradition.
And I didn't really think about it for this one, but we did finish that Japanese whiskey at Road Atlanta when the series was done. No, I ordered everything to get it at least safe and somewhat drivable and find out what else it needed because there was so much slack in the steering, I couldn't tell where the slack was.
Oh, yeah.
Everything felt loose. So turns out that, as you'll see in the video, it turned out it was all the tie rod ends. Oh, let me, my hands are clean, but let me show you this. I saved one just to demonstrate this. You can't obviously feel this through the camera, but the grease, that's original. This is a Mercedes part. It has a Benz part number and a little made in Germany and a Mercedes logo. The grease turned gritty.
Oh yeah,
it actually became
looks like sand.
Yeah, it actually became sandy. So every one of these was loose, all four. And I mean, this is brand new boots. They're still soft. And so I changed all four of the end links for the tie rods. And then I noticed that the center link now has slack. So I ordered a center link, that'll be in, but right now it's very little slack in comparison. Did the back brakes, I freed up one caliper. The other caliper was completely stuck, could not move it, and had to buy one. A whirlwind of stuff went on both days this past weekend.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell to let you know when new videos are live.
Under the car now and found, let's see if I can get a light on this, found the source of the slack. Can you see that? I hope so. The inner tie rod end is just falling off practically. So, and it's doing it on both sides weirdly. Only the inners. I don't think the outers have any slack at all. And look at the condition of the boots. I mean, everything is still, you know, looks like a 25,000 mile car. It's still nice and soft. But the two inner tie rods failed. So, have those on order. And in the meantime, before I go pick those up, front brakes actually are good. They're really thick, so I'll hang on to those pads. But I'm going to change the old lines. And in the back, you can see here, we were metal to metal. This was bad. either this hose collapsed at some point inside and stuck the caliper, but whatever reason, this one has no pad left. So do have new hoses, new pads, Mercedes parts. They came with the car, and I'm going to replace the rotor with a new one. So once I get the car up higher, we'll do a look under and see the rest of it. But from what I've seen so far, it looks really nice. Even the condition of under these fender wells, I mean, there's hardly any rock chips, you know. So look, no leaks in here to speak of, but we'll look at that in a minute. Y'all remember the scratched up brake rotor we looked at earlier? Well, here's the cause. This piston pushed back in by hand, just squished back in. This piston is stuck. I can't even move it with pliers. So I did order another caliper. Gonna try to take this one apart and see if I can clean it, and then I just don't have to buy the one that they have on order. But definitely the cause of the screeching noise. Oh well, that's the good one. That one still has some pad left on it. I don't see the other one in here, but it was definitely down to the metal. So there we go. That'll fix that. And we have a new brake disc, and as of now, all of the new brake lines are in. So moving right along. That looks like water, moisture right there. Yeah, look at that nasty stuff. Wow. So I'm gonna try to get this apart and see what it looks like. Here is the stuck piston, and I've made this little rig up right here where I can I'll put some electrical tape between here and turn this around backwards to plug the hole like this. So I'm going to apply air here, and we're going to try to blow the piston out of the hole, and then I can possibly clean it and get it all back together and save myself $60 something. So let's see if it works. Ha! It worked. Look at the grime on that. That's what was causing it to stick. So I'm going to see if I can clean that and clean what's inside the caliper, which is kind of the same way, and maybe get it back together and get it to work again. Clean and beautiful. Took a little steel wool and buffed it right up, and the same thing here inside the caliper. Just was real careful of the rubber. There's a rubber seal in there, but yeah, was able to get it nice and shiny. So now I'm going to reassemble it with all the original parts, just clean everything like these, and get them all back together. Caliper is all back together. Look at that. Mercedes original brakes, and came with all new hardware. Those pins that I was going to clean, oh, they may be different. Never mind. Thought I could use these, but they're a little bit different. I'll just clean the old ones. No problem. They're still good. Well, it's been, the day's not over, but it's so far been a productive day. Got the belts done. So we got all new belts. Crazy how they tighten. Once you get used to it, it's not bad, and it has really cool tensioners that work real well. Very German of them. Got the oil changed, and the differential oil is well, it's going to be replaced. I have to get some, but got that drained out. I'm probably going to do the transmission later. The brakes, one caliper is over there. Could not get it unstuck, so one caliper is getting replaced. I was able to save the one that you saw in the video. All of the belts on this car are original 1983 belts. You can see the Mercedes logo right there. Continental belts. Now, good thing I didn't drive it back from Baton Rouge, because look at this. See the cracks? So the belts were toast, but it's neat that they're original. So yeah, we got the belts done, and I'm about to put the air filter back on, and next thing I'll have left to do is the the steering components that we showed you earlier. Later on, I'll do a walk under. Lots of things that indicate that it is in fact a low mile car. If you look at the fender well, this is a little bit of mud, but there's really no rock chips or anything under here. That's brand new. Look right here. This is kind of cool. This is the original paint. I just wiped a little bit of dirt off, and you can see that all this is still intact. The brakes and shocks, all that is still satin black from the factory. No leaks from the differential. Just changed the fluid in that. These are all new, fresh fuel pump and accumulator and filter and such. The exhaust system looks really good till you get back here and there's a rust hole, but that is not indicative of necessarily age, but probably a lot of short trips. Like just start the car, let it run for a little while, never get the full exhaust heated up. It doesn't leak anything, like there's no noise, but it is the original Mercedes muffler. May or may not replace that, not right away though. Moving forward, look at all the paint on these steering links and such. Everything's in great shape. All the tie rod ends have slack for some reason. Don't know what would have caused that, but no leaks. Everything is absolutely dry. Very little bit of seepage from the valve cover up top. But yeah, overall zero rust. I mean, none whatsoever. This thing is nice and solid. All new brake lines now. So the tie rod ends come in today. I'll go get those and put that together. And then one more, the caliper that I could not get unstuck is on the right side. So this is an original caliper that I saved, and the other side is stuck too badly. So I'll get a new one.
So let me ask you, how many miles have you put on it?
Let's see, it has 114, okay, 130 maybe.
Now tell everybody, you know, okay, so you've got all these cars. There's more outside. It's just, we're not going to go out there and show you. Why did you feel you needed another car? This car in particular. You've already told me, but tell everybody why you wanted this car or a car like this.
I'll send you some pictures of my original, my 1988 R107. When I had that car, I felt, there's a Rolls Royce in here, but I felt more rich, so to speak, driving this car. That has a smooth, wallowy, on purpose, soft feel to it. This is in between. This is a touring car. I would not go, I've been 80 in the Rolls Royce, but I wouldn't do it for a prolonged amount of time. This is a car that feels like you can do 100 all day long and it'll just be like a tank. You know, you feel the confidence of the thickness and heaviness of this car. And I really like that about the R107.
You guys heard him talk about the Rolls Royce. You've seen it in the background. There's a video on the channel for it. Go search for that and watch that. Ferrari over there. The DuPont Registry. You guys all know that magazine. The first issue is 3 front ends stacked on top of each other. And what cars were those, Paul?
The Rolls Royce Corniche, but it's based on the Silver Shadow. From the front, you can't tell. The Ferrari 308 and the R107. It was actually probably a 560. It was 85. So that was maybe, I don't know if that was a 560 yet, but anyway, it's a 107. So at one point I looked at that cover and I said, well, I have 2 out of 3, but I've had all 3. Now we finally have them all together again.
All right, you guys have seen him do all the maintenance and getting the car safe. What's next?
The top should be in Tuesday, so the top is going to be kind of paramount to get done because we want to take this car to the beach in a couple weeks, and we really want to be able to have the top up for at least the journey, not at all at the beach. Then the AC, while it is blowing somewhat cold now, I still have to find the leak in that, but also it blows on defrost all the time. So I'm going to replace all the bellows for the vacuum actuators under the dashboard. I want to replace the lights in the dashboard instrument cluster with LEDs, the parts that I have on the way in, the center link and things like that. Those will all be in the next couple weeks. But I also This is pretty exciting. I ordered the set of Euro bumpers.
Oh, I was going to ask about that.
Yes, I actually ordered them last night from Vietnam or Thailand, somewhere like that.
The same place you got the Z bumpers?
Yes.
Okay.
She gave me a really good price on them, ordering them direct. And yeah, I said, let's go for it because, you know, we'll get rid of these hideous ones.
And you're doing polished stainless just like the Z?
Yep, polished
Not
stainless.
chrome, but polished stainless.
Yep, all of their bumpers are stainless, polished light chrome. And they come with the rubber strips and everything. They look like the European version.
All right, guys, we're going to end it off here. He'll show you guys how to change the top. When is that coming in?
It comes in Tuesday, so I'll probably literally start Tuesday afternoon.
Okay, so next episode, he'll be changing the top. What are you going to do with the old one? Are you going to like make something out of the canvas, kind of a...
Literally have to cut it up.
Oh, really?
To get it off.
Really?
Yeah, you have to make incisions. Well, you don't have to, but it's much easier to make an incision here and around the back because it's solidly glued to this aluminum channel right here. So you have to cut the thing completely off of this and then just rip the top off of this section.
Gotcha. Maybe you could like just take this section and like make a tool bag or something.
You know, I don't know if I talked about it on film, but I forgot who I talked about it with, but making some matching luggage. Like
yes, you and I talked about that.
Said that.
Not
okay.
on camera, but we talked about it.
I would like to get some thrift store luggage and cover it in a blue canvas to have a nice matching luggage set in the back.
Some little stainless steel buckles. And
yeah, make it look really cool like the old SLs.
So he's gonna get all that done before he goes on a beach trip. And I mean, that's what you guys should do. Buckle up, put it in gear and drive it.
Yep.